Okay, the first article I'm talking about is Rethinking Employee Compensation. Ross Levin, he had his own wealth management company, and what he found was that in their company, their philosophy was based on compensation studies, and they planned to hire motivated people and pay them well. What they found was when they had a bonus structure, that it really wasn't working for them. So he took away the bonuses and decided to pay his employees a salary that was the same or comparable to other companies after they got their bonuses. So he basically gave them a nice higher wage and got rid of bonuses. Years later, he figured out that this didn't really work either. And so he decided to structure an incentive compensation plan, which was a little bit of both. So he kept their wages, the higher wages, but he also put it into an incentive plan so employees could work towards that. Now, they couldn't get the plan until he didn't pay out until they hit certain marks. And so if the company was doing well and they hit certain marks, then people can work towards the plan. The plan that he put in through, he used a balanced scorecard, and he based it on employee metrics, which was 30%, client metrics 30%, operational metrics 20%, and financial metrics 20%. His philosophy was that if you were a good employee and you helped people because you wanted to help people and you wanted to do well, that's hard to be measured, and so he wanted to focus on being a good employee. The client metrics, he used this one because he wanted people to help employees help clients because that's the right thing to do, and that's what they're supposed to do, and it's what they want to do, not just trying to make money. So that's another reason that it was higher on percent wise, and so it's another thing that's hard to measure is client metrics. The third one, operational, basically operational and financial. He felt that if they were doing good employees and working with the clients and making the clients important, that the rest would come. So anyways, he details all of it in here, and it's a pretty good article, so I would recommend you read it. The second one I read was The Art of Setting Pay. It was about a human resource manager who had to set pay scale for grinding machine business, and she couldn't find exact matches, and so it was kind of her story on what she did. Since she couldn't find exact matches, she had to rely on the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and as well as the Industry Professional Association surveys. She found 2 or 3 jobs that were comparable, even though their titles weren't the same, and then worked from there. She states that the process is never straightforward, and that because companies' largest cost is pay, it really needs to be meaningful and reliable and be done right. She stated there's different survey companies that can be used, some expensive, some less expensive, and some free. She felt that the BLS is the most cost-efficient one, and she felt that you need to not only gather the data, but you have to benchmark the jobs. She said that the data used is not just by using the surveys does not help you get a good pay. You have to look at all different aspects of setting the job for pay. What the data does is it helps give you more of an informed decision on what the right pay is and what the right stuff is. So she also put in 6 timely salary survey tips. I'm not going to give all of them, but she did say don't rely too much on a single data source, and that they can provide false measurements in the market sometimes. She said you need to blend as many data sources as appropriate, at least 3. Let's see. And then you need to adjust compensation decisions based on the geography and company size. So surveys often provide data in general. So you need to make sure that you take into account that. The other big thing was that you need to be careful as an HR to not get caught up in the avoiding the antitrust violations, so that you can't have conversations about salary levels with peers and other organizations, because this can violate the Sherman Antitrust Act, and employers cannot act in any way that could be interpreted as trying to fix certain salaries. So we need to be very, very cognizant of that. And lastly, she gave 3 things that originally developed by the healthcare industry. There's new guidelines that now apply to all employers and require certain conditions. And one of them is data can be no more than 3 months old. Let's see, compensation surveys must be managed by a third party, and all salary data employers must be derived from at least 5 entities, and no individual entity can represent more than 25% of the data. So anyways, that was it. I'm long again, but I think this is the last little thing, so I am happy. See you later.